Welcome to Kiss the Reviews. I'm Armando. That's Corey. And today we are doing 1999's Stigmata. This movie was requested on Patreon by Damien. Damien, good request. You've had a few in a row now. You've built up some brand equity inside the Patreon crew. Don't ruin it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call bullshit on this. I didn't know who requested this, and now that you said it, I'm like, no, I see your ploy, bro. I know what he's doing.
He's
got
reeling us in.
He got a heavy fucking Catholicism movie. He may as well have fucking requested Ben-Hur because he's gonna hear some butt touching stories from you.
Absolutely. He's gonna. They're like, listen. I hope you got 45 minutes to hear me talk about Father Tony back in the day. So
he's great.
But if you want to join the crew on Patreon, get pre-show silliness, get the clips of the movie, all that great, wonderful stuff. Go to Patreon, subscribe. We got free subscriptions. We got paid subscriptions. We appreciate the paid. But join us on Patreon. Let's get into the cast of 1999 Stigmata. This film stars Patricia Arquette as Frankie Paige, Gabriel Byrne as Father Andrew Kiernan, Jonathan Pryce as Cardinal Daniel Houseman, and Nia Long as Donna Chadway. So this movie opens in the village of Belo Quinto, where Father Andrew Kiernan examines the statue of the Virgin Mary, it's crying blood. It's at the funeral of Father Paulo Alameda, who apparently has previously experienced stigmata. There's weird winds and raindrops going backwards. John Woo shows up, lets off some fucking doves real quick. For an opening of a movie, I really dug the opening. This is great setup for what should be a great movie.
Yeah, it is. They definitely hook you in with it, and kind of some of it was a little hokey, like the village is like, it is an act of God, what do you mean? It's like, dude, you don't speak English in this fucking village. Speak Spanish.
Okay.
That's your language, homie. Like, you don't have to fucking make us dumb Americans. You can just put subtitles down, like they do when the other people are speaking Spanish. But the fucking peasant out there working the fucking farms as a laborer is like, hey, man, it's God. Fucking.
Orale, yeah, I can do that. Okay, man, nachos.
Yeah, a real racist with it. Huh?
Yeah, that is extreme.
This is what I didn't like about this, and it's a lot of movies do this. I've started to notice they're speaking Spanish maybe at the beginning. They're speaking Italian throughout this thing. No subtitles. I understood when they were talking Italian, like I knew what they were saying. Subtitles would be nice.
Everybody knew what they were saying. Spaghetti, meatballs, pasta, rigatoni. We fucking get it. We fucking get it. Calamari. All right, dude.
Deep dish pizza.
See? It's the same thing every time. Yeah. Deep dish pizza. I speak fucking fluent Italian too, homie.
Touche.
Guess what else? Mi llamo Corey. Donde está la biblioteca, bitch?
Now you know 3 languages.
Fuck no, I cannot speak English very well at all.
Oh, but during this whole thing, and while Kiernan is collecting evidence, this boy steals a rosary from the priest's hand, the dead priest's hand. The boy sells it to a white woman in this marketplace.
They're sending in thieves. It's disgusting. This is a tariff. Put a tariff on the rosary.
We're tariffing all the rosaries.
We're waiting for white Christ to show back up and hand out white rosaries.
So this white woman sends it. She buys it off of the kid, sends it to her daughter Frankie, who's living in Pittsburgh, and it immediately has effects on her. She gets sick drinking coffee. She's smelling weird shit. I think she's just on Ozempic personally, but that's
Probably.
she was like, "Whoa, I can't do this. I think I'm gonna throw up."
My sugar levels are normal now, though. I got to offer this real quick, jumping back a couple scenes.
Corey's life lessons.
Hi. Anybody in a foreign country flea market-esque situation?
Thank you.
This is what you get for bargaining with poor people.
Yes.
That dude is wiping his ass with a fucking banana leaf tonight. If he's lucky enough to shit, and you have the fucking nerve to be like, I don't know, this kid wants to save me $3. I'm fucking taking this stolen shit. Get the fuck out of here. Are you crazy? You know what else happened in real life? That kid stole your fucking wallet.
I was literally going to say, if you're in another country and you're in a marketplace, first of all, keep every purse, wallet, like just sew a pocket on the inside of your shirt and keep everything right here because it's getting stolen. Okay. From somebody who's traveled a little bit. Anybody, by the way, when you're at one of these marketplaces that is coming up and they don't even have a stand, they're just walking up to you, they are definitely stealing your shit. They might leave and you don't have shoes on and you have no idea how the fuck it happened.
Yep. I spent a lot of time in Mexico when I was growing up, like across the border, like doing that Nogales shopping shit.
Yeah.
And there was a couple rules. And the main rule was, if one of these fucking poor people is like, hey, dude, that blanket's fucking $5 American. You don't go, I got $2, and then you hand them a 20. You fucking pay them their money and you walk away with your shit. That's the bargain. When you start bargaining with them, that's when you get your ass fucking jacked. Because they're like, yo, fuck that white bitch.
Yeah. Fuck this American.
That's it.
You were correct.
Later, while soaking in the tub, Frankie is attacked by an invisible force and she gets 2 deep wounds in her wrists. Her friend Donna stays with her, begins to smell jasmine in her leaky ass apartment. Let me tell you something. You know what Donna is not smelling in this apartment? Jasmine. You know why? Because her whole apartment is leaking like a motherfucking sieve, okay? Everything's rusted. There's asbestos on the wall. She's like, I smell jasmine. I'm like, no, you smell dead cats, okay? This apartment smells musty as shit.
You're smelling jasmine because you're about to have a fucking stroke. Probably due to the asbestos in these nasty ass walls getting wet.
You were right.
Her apartment is a fucking shithole. And by the way, nice way to represent the fucking cool lofts in Pittsburgh.
Listen, soda sopa, it is not.
No, dude, this bitch taking a shower next to her refrigerator and a shit next to the sink. It's fucking bananas.
Is it possible this story is true? Yes, it is.
But later, Frankie has visions at work. She goes to work. Okay, so she has these visions at work. She literally has like nail wounds in her wrists that go all the way through. You could see my eyeball through her wrist. She just wraps them up and goes to work the next day.
Yeah.
Cool. So she goes to work. She starts seeing visions.
That's what I'm talking about. American work ethic. It is in play. It's working. This is why we're bringing it home.
We need more blonde
Let me introduce
people.
you to a young lady. She got the stigmata. Not all the way, but a little bit of the way. She got the stigmata. Guess what? She went to work. I don't know why I turned into Paul Harvey at the end of that. And now the rest of the story. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened to that impression.
I don't know. You lost it though, but it's all right.
It totally fucking. It like became
he's-
Alex Jones and Paul Harvey had a fucking kid, and it was me.
It's about right. But she's at work. She has visions. She goes running into the street, almost getting hit by a car. She also sees a priest on the subway with Donna, and then just creepily asks if he's Andrew Kiernan. And then the train starts to lose control. The lights flicker, and Frankie's attacked again, and she receives like whip marks on her back. And
Well, I think you're underplaying a little bit the events on the train because she just walks up and is like, "Hey, you Andrew Kiernan?" And he's like, "No." And she's like, "Fucking punk ass bitch." And then she turns around to the nun and she looks at the cross and she's like, "Yo, fuck you, slut." Rips the cross off and fucking throws it. And then God gets really mad and is like, "Oh, hell no, you didn't do that to one of my wives."
God
then
puts his hand on the train and just goes,
Yeah.
ah.
He's like, "Fuck you, Frankie." And then he whipped that bitch. Harrison Buckner style.
Yeah, he did. 100% he did. But so the goes through all of this, and Frankie goes to the hospital here, and this is my
Puts his hand on the train. It's fucking crazy.
It's like King Kong, and the hand just comes down. But my favorite part, this is so great. She goes to the hospital and they immediately clear her. She literally looks like she fell into a pile of barbed wire. And they were like, "Oh, we're just gonna sponge your back." Slaps her on the ass like she's an old football player from the fucking 70s. Like, "You're ready to go, son. Get back in there." They're like, "Yeah, you're cleared to go. By the way, you probably have epilepsy." And she was like, "Can you just get that?" As like which would be my first question. And they're like, "No, not really, but it's probably epilepsy."
And you know what? This is why the Steelers got 6 fucking championships.
Exactly.
Frankie's playing that hard-nosed 3 yards in a cloud of dust kind of football out there, boy. She got her ass whipped, and she's like, "Put me in, coach. Let's fucking go." She don't care.
Dude, the doctor at this hospital was the team doctor for the Steelers.
Oh, yeah. He was actively fighting against... He's the white guy in the Will Smith movie that's like, "Man, concussions are dumb. I don't think that's a thing."
He gave her a helmet, was like, "Get in there, girl. It'll be fine."
Hell yes.
After she's allowed to leave the hospital, Father Deering, or I think it's Deering or Deerning, whatever, the priest from the train.
Not Andrew Kiernan, so who gives a shit?
Yeah, not Gabriel fucking Byrne, so screw him. So the priest sends the security tapes of the attack to the Vatican, and Kiernan is sent to investigate this whole thing. And by the way, it was 99. That's not how this shit works. They're not just sending random fucking tapes to the Vatican. They're like, "Father Kiernan, come in here and look at this."
Hey, Bob, we got another possession tape.
But he walks in and they're showing it on this like 13-inch black and white TV with rabbit ears. It's so grainy. And they're like, "Did you see her get whipped with did you see the whips?" No, she's wearing like a fur jacket. I didn't see shit. This, by the way, it's black and white. It's 99. You can get like a 30, 40-inch color screen TV.
Plus,
it's
the
Vatican.
They saw a chick on the subway train getting whipped in that outfit. They're like, "Look, it's real. She's clearly a whore. Yay, God."
You were correct.
They were spreading this everywhere. Look, God hates whores.
Absolutely. So they...
Jesus, though. That's why he was into it. He's like, "Yo, what up, Frankie? You want to be my new Mary Magdalene? You want to get down with this?"
Yes. And Frankie said, "Yes, I'm down with this," because Father Kiernan goes in. He's like, "Hey, give me a little trim off the sides." And she's like, "That's cool. How big's your fucking penis, sir?"
Can I see your Jesus piece?
I want some of that Jesus juice. So they go to this diner and they have coffee. and they discuss Frankie's experiences along with her wounds. And she tells him that she doesn't attend church and doesn't believe in God, in which he replies, well, that's all I needed to know. Sorry, I can't help because church rules and things.
Yeah.
Out the fucking door.
I wish this is how all Christians, really all religions, period, behaved. Hey, let me talk to you about some stuff here. First off, do you believe in God? No, I don't. Cool, have a good day. That's how it should always work.
Absolutely.
Period.
Dude, he is so quick. First of all, he's in Rome, okay? He lives in Rome.
To fly to Pittsburgh.
He's in the Vatican. Okay, there's more gold in the Vatican than in Trump Plaza. He fucking has to fly to Pittsburgh.
Lies.
I have so much more gold. He has to fly to Pittsburgh. And I know he's looking at Father Houseman like, Pittsburgh. That's where you're sending me. Pittsburgh. At least when you sent me over to Mexico to look at the Bleedy Mary, the warm weather, they got good food down there. Pittsburgh? What am I going to eat pierogies in the rain? This is bullshit.
You were right.
Frankie here starts to, because, Father Kiernan can't help her anymore because he's like, fuck this bitch. She starts to do her own research, and then she puts a YouTube channel together devoted to the flat earth theory. So, listen.
But it's like 90s YouTube, so it's like, a dinosaur comes out and is loosely talking to you. The shit your 8-year-old can code today.
Listen, we're in 2025. This isn't 1999 anymore, and we lived through 1999. There was dial-up internet for the most part. That's just the internet you had. You're not going online. She's going to the library and doing her own research with the card catalog. What are you finding in regards to Stigmata and all of this shit? You're not finding shit. She's gonna end up, it's flat earth theory is what she's researching now. She started with Stigmata. And then she was like, you know what? We're on a disc, and then there's this covering. Here's the firmament.
She started off with like, Stigmata, please. And now she's like, vaccines aren't real.
Dude, she went up to the counter at the library and she was like, one Stigmata book, please.
And she left it because, again, this is a Pittsburgh library. She left with a worm in her brain that turned her into RFK Jr.
Exactly. So she researches Stigmata, I guess. And then goes to this dance club with her pal. Yeah, with her pal Donna.
Little light Stigmata research, wounds on my back, holes in my wrist. You know what I just
Saturday afternoon.
I want to dance.
I want to let it all out.
Fuck out of here, Beyonce. What are you doing?
Just some light Saturday reading about Stigmata and fucking Father Alameda and fucking Tony Mingya, and then I'm gonna go fucking dance. I'm gonna put my Z Cavaricis on and go fucking dance at the local Pittsburgh nightclub. That sounds clean.
She goes to the club. She's like, "Stop, hammer time! Every time you see me."
So, while she's at the club, at this Pittsburgh nightclub, her head begins to bleed, which is on par for a Pittsburgh nightclub.
Some bad ecstasy. Yeah. That's that Dawson's Creek ecstasy, dog. You don't want to take that shit.
So this is the third Stigmata wound caused by the crown of thorns. And she runs home in the rain because, of course, it's Pittsburgh, so it's raining. And she finds Father Kiernan at her, the front door to her building. So she runs away into an alley, and then Kiernan chases her there and finds her possessed, carving symbols into the hood of a car and yelling at him in another language.
Cool. Like she's holding snakes and
She sounds like fucking Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah,
Oh no, demonic. Oh no.
Han Solo con Wookiee. Oh. Get the fuck out of here, Jabba. That'd be great if she would did that, like, oh. It's like she still laughed like Patricia Arquette, but then like broke back into the possessed language. That would be amazing.
That would be awesome. That's a good character choice for her. I think that would have been
strong.
Perfect. Yeah.
This is why George doesn't ask us to direct anything. Ever.
Is it possible this story is true? Yes, it is.
Andrew then finds out that what Frankie was yelling was in Aramaic because, he recorded it on his Casio, and he sends it to like on the phone with his buddy at the Vatican. And the next morning, Andrew returns to her apartment to find her writing on the wall. It's now covered in Aramaic all over the wall. She also speaks to him in an Italian male voice.
Dolce, pasta, rigatone, calamare.
So he orders some takeout, and then he calls his buddy in Italy at the Vatican.
Takeout. Yeah, I think this broad one's a large pep. Did you say olives?
No salad.
Oh, my bad. I'm a little rusty on my Aramaic / Italian.
I need rigatoni. I need some fucking olive oil on everything.
We do a nice sit-down thing here. Little piccata, little veal. Rocco here learned to cook in the joint. Okay, everybody, dirty up your hands. We'll eat in 10.
An aside, I know we mentioned it on the Patreon portion. Her shoes, especially in this scene, because they're like sandals, but she's wearing socks, like white socks with the sandals.
Yeah, dude,
and they're chunky. The whole fucking heel is this big.
It's Father Alameda is old school, and he wears like slides with his socks. But Patricia Arquette was like, girlfriend, you're gonna possess me. You're gonna put on some platforms because I'm fucking rocking the 90s.
Hell yeah! But she also here, because Kiernan sends like the photos that he took of the Aramaic on the wall, and the priest in Italy's like, oh, you needed to delete that. I know, send it to me. You need to go away. The church are going to be so mad. And he just like hangs up on Kiernan. Kiernan doesn't know why. And Frankie also gets the fourth wound of the stigmata, which are the nail wounds in her feet.
Yep. And
this is while she and Kiernan are like out smelling flowers and getting to know each other a little bit more. And this is where the laugh comes in. Dude, stop killing my girl. Stop killing my girl. I love her.
Dude, that laugh for the character of Alabama in True Romance, perfect.
Yes.
Frankie going through Stigmata and just being like, no, you're a priest with a boner. Like, stop. It just doesn't work.
I totally want to bang you.
You're right. It just doesn't work for me at all. And not even ew, you're not attracted. Just like, for a character, I'm not a fan.
It's not even a Patricia Arquette thing. Everybody wants to bang this priest. I mean, because it's Gabriel. I mean, come on. So when he's down in, when he's back in Italy, he's walking down the street and all the Italian prostitutes are like, oh, you want some of this? And he's like, and he shows his collar and then they all start laughing.
Yeah, he's literally banned from going to Venice ever again. It causes a flood every single time.
It's absolutely. But Kiernan, after he sends like the photos he took of the writings, he gets the whole banhammer from his buddy Father Delmonico Stakes in Italy. So they're also like the one slimy dude at the Vatican is like eavesdropping, and then he goes out and he's like, oh, Control Alt Delete, Z shift. Oh, I just printed out all the fucking photos. Somehow he figures out, listen, these are Vatican priests, okay? He's not figuring out how to recover deleted files and print them. And by the way, so this Delmonico Stakes, he's like the only one that knows how to read fucking Aramaic, right? It's like him and like 2 other dudes. The slimy dude prints out Control Alt Delete, prints out the shit. He takes it to Father Houseman, who's like the head of the fucking Vatican or whatever. And Father Houseman looks at it and he's like, tell them I'll be late to the meeting. And he goes like fucking skirt. He doesn't know how to read Aramaic. How the fuck does he know what's on the thing that he's looking at?
Nobody that can read Aramaic is going like, oh shit, this is the Book of Christ we've been trying to hide. Let's go. Like, there are far too many people involved in this conspiracy for it to have ever been able to be pulled off.
Yes, absolutely. Like, the only one that knows.
No sense.
Yeah. The only one that knows is Delmonico Stakes. He's like, hey, we were working on this thing. They fucking yanked it and said, hit the bricks, pal. This isn't a thing. And so now, like, the whole church is in on everything, fucking whatever. So
they would never have a church-wide scandal that would like be worldwide and try and cover it up.
They would never try to cover it up.
That's insane.
That's like,
what do you think they're gonna do? Like, be like, oh no, Delmonico Stakes, we need to move you to a different church now, and then we'll move this guy over here. And they just move all the players in the conspiracy that know about the Testament of Christ just around until they, go to a new parish and start over. They just start fresh. They're still men of God.
But Kiernan goes back to Frankie's apartment. He sees that the wall Frankie was writing on is all painted over. Frankie tries to seduce him. She gets super offended that Kiernan rejects her. So offended that she literally beats the brakes off of him and then levitates off of the bed and cries tears of blood. Like, this is
how my first wife ended our marriage.
This is some next level white woman. I want to talk to your manager shit. She's like, what? Well, because you're a priest, you don't want to bang me? Watch this. Beats the hell out of him. And then she's just like,
oh, dude, like the fucking. This was insane because it is literally like, oh, like, come here, priest. Let's fucking, let's get a little fucking blood of Christ out of you. Let's see what we're pumping with, bro. And as soon as he rejects her, it's like the Stone Cold glass broke, and she is just fucking running down at WrestleMania and fucking giving that, stunning everybody. She doesn't give a shit.
No.
Which, by the way, again, this is where her character should have went. Is she's just like every priest from the Vatican is just pouring in. She's dropping stunners on everybody, getting down and talking shit.
Yes.
That's how you direct a movie, bro. Let me
ask,
and I got to interrupt again to our friend George Massimilo. Would you rather have Armando and I direct one of the movies for a script you wrote, or have Elon Musk write a comedic script for you to direct? Let us know.
Let us know in the comments.
I'm honestly dying to know the answer to this question.
Oh, we shoot him a text. But Frankie here is then like skirted away to another church, and at Father Deering's church, Kiernan meets another priest who tells him that the words Frankie wrote are believed to be the gospel and the exact words of Jesus, and that's why there's all the secrecy, yada yada. And he tells him what it is, and it's basically it's a simple thing. Oh, the actual words of Jesus Christ are, you don't need to go to church. I'm with you all the time. And the church went, no, what about our donations and all these little boys? We can't have that. We can't have just people praying at home.
The craziest thing I thought when I'm watching this is, dude, Bill Burr knew the testament of Christ during that stand-up special, because it's literally his bit.
Yes.
Like, I gotta go, like, you're mad at me and I gotta go to you and I owe you money. Like, get the fuck out of here. That's literally what Jesus said. It's like, what are you fucking talking about, dude?
Exactly.
Like, hello, God made Earth. You can walk anywhere you want around this flat disc and it's all good.
And my favorite, this is by far my favorite. And it's a throwaway line.
Mm-hmm.
But it's after they take her off. They're like, whoop, just get into this car. We're gonna take you off to the Vatican, wherever the fuck they take her, to the diocese, the archdiocese church. And Houseman's talking to Kiernan, and he was like, "Well, when I walked in, the last thing I expected was to see a priest lying in bed
I hate
with."
it.
Yeah, that is the last thing you expected, because he was like, "Dude, I thought you were into little boys too. You're like into chicks,
Right? Like,
that's
grown-up
fucking
women? Ew.
gross. That's fucking weird."
Yeah. You get back to Italy and fuck a little boy right now. Yeah, dude, this is one of those moments where, like, Gabriel Byrne is just getting fucking chewed out by everybody. And
Yes.
it is one of those moments where he's like, you know, like, I never expected for you to be in this position where you were sleeping with a woman. And he's like, no, it wasn't like that. You didn't turn the tables on me, motherfucker. What are you? First of all, this is how we're starting this conversation. I don't know who the fuck you think you are, virgin, but you need to back the fuck up out of my face right now. You ain't talking to me like that, all close and shit.
Father Kiernan in this movie is like, he's like the badass priest. Like, he's kind of lost his faith a little bit. He's the science guy. He's like, that's who he is. Super intelligent. And then, like, he gets yelled at by Houseman here, and he's like, I mean, we didn't do anything. We played tummy sticks for a while, but that's all that happened. Like, nothing happened.
She's asleep. When she's passed out because of stigmata infractions, it doesn't count, bro.
He was like, I just banged the stigmata. That's all I did.
That's all he did.
I'm still a virgin.
I rubbed my feet on the blood of Christ. That's all I wanted to do.
But so Houseman here and his little fucking weaselly sidekick, they attempt to perform this exorcism on Frankie. And then Houseman's like, yeah, no, she's totally freaking out. Everybody get out. I need to be alone with Jesus and her. And he just starts fucking strangling the shit out of her.
Okay. This is what I don't understand about this plot. Okay? I get it. The church and the money, and if we let Jesus have his way, it's all over.
Yeah, the party's over.
Maybe. Because, like, if you just waited 25 years, everybody would have been like, fake news. Jesus loves money. Golden calves are amazing.
They actually put that gospel out last week. Nobody fucking even knew.
Exactly. So, like, he's a liberal hippie. Gross, we're deporting him back to Armenia. Like, I get it, but also, he's like, yo, I got confirmation Jesus is real. You know what I'm going to do? Murder somebody so the word of Jesus doesn't get out. That doesn't end well for you.
You were correct.
By the way, nobody, and they say this in the movie, and Patricia Arquette asks Kiernan here, like a little bit before this, like, how many's the most that anybody's ever gotten with the stigmata?
And the little wormy guy's like, I fucking sucked 27 tonight.
And
like,
he says 2, I think. It was the wrists and the feet, I think. And he was like, that's the most. She's already on fucking stage. She's got stage 4 stigmata. And she was like, well, how many stages of stigmata are there? And he said 5. Yeah, you get the spear in the side. You get the spear in the side, now you're dead. You're losing so much blood. What do you got to choke her for? Just be like, she'll be fine. Everybody lock the doors. Just let the The Stigmata needs to run its course. Okay?
By
You
the
don't
way,
gotta choke a bitch.
for any Romans left roaming around, any Pontius Pilate followers out there, the crucifixion was meant to last long. Stabbing him with the spear, then it's like, dude, that defeats everything else you just did. What's
Well,
the fucking point?
It took too long. They had pasta on the table and they were like, let's finish this thing. What are we doing here?
Where's Joey
brought
Bag
up-
of Donuts with the 38? He was supposed to do this hit.
They brought up meatballs and sausage. I'm not missing that. One of the guards was just like,
Peppers and eggs for breakfast. Ram the spear through.
But while he's
Crazy.
choking her, Kiernan bursts in. He stops him, and the room bursts into flames. Kiernan believes that Frankie's possessed by Father Alameda's spirit and offers to be Alameda's messenger instead. And he walks through the fire. He gets Frankie. He casts out Alameda's spirit, and he takes Frankie.
Your faith, Father. Rub the lotion on your skin, Father, and then test your faith.
How's your faith these days, Father? How's your faith these days?
But he takes her outside where she's, healed automatically, and then they kiss.
As you do. Once you've tested your faith, and now you're like, yo, I'm a priest who just confirmed Christ is real. You know what I'm going to do? Make out with some chick.
Hell
Fuck
yeah.
these vows.
Yeah. Dude, he don't give a shit. Kiernan's
So
like,
dope.
fucking gang, let's do this.
I wish Gabriel Byrne would have kept his faith, though, during Hereditary, because he probably would have made it through that fire.
Probably.
This dude has a thing for fire, because I'm pretty sure, like, Kaiser Soze blew him up, too, when he was Dean Cain.
Yeah.
Like, leave this man alone.
Leave Kiernan alone.
Starring this
So-
summer as Richard Pryor, Gabriel Byrne, in Freemason.
Hell yes.
Later, Kiernan returns to Belo Quinto, and he finds the original documents for the Lost Gospel in Alameda's church. And the text, just before the end credits, describes the discovery of the Gospel of Thomas. And it says that the Catholic Church refuses to recognize the document as gospel and considers it heresy, yada, yada, yada. End of movie.
Turns out this was all based on a true story.
Yep. Based on a true story.
The
folks.
greatest true story ever told.
No, I said this on the Patreon portion of the show. When this movie came out, man, I dug it. I loved Patricia Arquette. Gabriel Byrne. I'll watch anything that dude's in. I liked how dark it was. I'm normally not into, like, lighting wise, how dark movies sometimes get.
Mm-hmm.
But with this one, it played in so well. So I really dug that. I dug the whole religious aspect to it, especially back then. And I was like, I think if you asked me back then, I probably would have given you an answer about this movie. Like, is it The Exorcist? No. But it's still a good movie. It's still a good, horror thriller kind of movie. I like the religious aspects. Is it great? Probably not, but I still love it. And this time I just went, eh.
Yeah, here's my problem with it. And these are the two works that this most reminded me of, which are superior. This is like Seven and the Da Vinci Code got together and made a movie. But
That's true.
they drank heavily during the making of the movie. Because you'd think, like, oh, these two great movies, like this, like Da Vinci Code is one of, like, it's a huge bestseller. Everybody now is like, there, look at the albino monk. Nobody fucking cares. Totally fine with that. But you got to give it its due from back in the day. That was a huge phenomenon when it came out.
Yeah.
And then Seven, it was just, that's an all-time classic.
Yeah.
So you mix the two of those in, you fucking jerk off a little Pittsburgh into it, and this is what you get.
Yeah. I would have liked it more because you know that the writer and or the director watched The Rock before writing and or directing this film, because they were like, dude, and then at the end, it's not he saves her and they kiss. He's got to go to the church behind the pew and he gets the microfilm. I mean, the gospel, and it's in the thing. And he runs away to his wife, and then they go speeding off into the I would have liked it better if they just brought Nicolas Cage back in for the fucking end of this.
I'll be perfectly honest with you. I did not think you were talking about the Nicolas Cage, Sean Connery movie. I thought you were talking about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And I'm like, dude, I watch him a lot too before I do anything. It's usually because I'm fucking doing this.
Is it possible this story is true? Yes, it is.
This movie was like, I don't, for me, it was like when you're like, oh man, you guys ready for this loud fart? And that happens. That's what this was.
Yeah,
for me.
all the best parts are in the preview. That's one of these movies.
Yep.
Like, having a little trust your faith, Father.
How's your faith these days, Father? How's your faith these days?
That's in the preview, and that's literally like her being possessed is the only part of this where I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, the story,
dog shit.
The story's kind of lackluster. The shots of her actually getting the stigmata and like the flashes away and like her with the crown and like all those, it's fucking beautiful shots.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, there isn't a solid enough story around it to kind of pull it all together and make it a great movie.
Yeah, this would have been better served as a longer book that then got turned into a movie, because you would have been able to cherry pick bigger shit. But limiting this immediately to just a script, which is far shorter pages, dialogue, descriptions, etc., you left way too much up for people's interpretation. And by people, I mean the people working on the movie. And they just, I guarantee you the vision was not seen the same way as whoever wrote it.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, does this movie suck? No. Like, it's still entertaining. I still like enjoyed it, but it was just like, I remember it being so much better than it actually was.
Yeah, we were dumbass kids.
Yeah. It's all
like,
right. It happens.
Let me tell you how stupid we were in the fucking 90s. Is like, we went to the movie theater and Adam Sandler went, "No shampoo is better, no conditioner." And we were like, oh my God. This dude's a fucking genius. Never seen. He's making shampoo and conditioner speak to each other. What did you think was going to fucking happen? Like,
yeah,
this is it.
We thought this movie was great too. So
yeah,
I think we'll end it on the fucking. What are you looking at, Swan? That's all I got. Do you got anything else for this one?
No, I do not.
All right. Well, for Corey, I'm Armando. This is Kiss the Reviews, and this was 1999's Stigmata.